going to talk about my favorite movies of the year. We have a movie that's actually probably my number one favorite movie of the year. This is in no particular order because I don't have the time to order these movies. But my number one favorite movie of this year, did I say of all time, of this year, is The Fabelmans, directed by Steven Spielberg. I don't know if you would consider this like loosely based off of Steven Spielberg's life, or is this like pretty much based off of Steven Spielberg's life. But basically, you are following the Fabelmans, which is this Jewish family, and basically all this stuff going on in their family and how film and movies has affected their lives. It was so brilliant. I'm sorry, I gotta give Steven Spielberg his 10. It was so brilliant. It was so good. Michelle Williams, you will always be famous. Paul Dano, you will always be famous. It was so damn good. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and that is my favorite video, my favorite movie of 2022. The next thing, I'm just going to roll through some stuff. Turning Red on Disney Plus, Turning Red, which is a cartoon. I absolutely adored it. I absolutely adored it. For that movie to have come out in like closer to the beginning of the year and still have an effect on me, it shows you that it stuck around. A lot of movies this year just really didn't stick around for me. Like, I didn't want to go to the movie theater and see a lot of movies. I didn't want to stream a lot of movies. A lot of stuff didn't stick around, but Turning Red did. Another movie that stuck around, The Woman King. The Woman King is brilliant. The Woman King is brilliant. When I saw that The Woman King was getting amazing reviews, I was just like, but of course, once I see some buzz, I'ma go see what the truth is, baby. I just went to go see what the truth is, and the truth was the fucking truth. The Woman King is fucking good. The Woman King is fucking good. I absolutely loved it. The next movie that's going to be on there is Everything Everywhere All at Once. I went and saw this in a movie theater by myself. No one was freaking in it, and I had a blast. I went in it not knowing what it was about, and it just blew me away. I watched it a second time, and it blew me away again. I just love a good original story. I love good acting. What can I say? I love the movies. The next thing that is going to be on here is Hunt for Jesus Save Your Soul with Regina King and Sterling K. Brown. And it's not Regina King, it's Regina Hall and Sterling K. Brown. Basically, it's about this couple that have their own mega church, and they're involved in like a scandal that they are trying to fix, and what happens. I thought this movie was brilliant. I actually believe this movie didn't get enough credit with how brilliant it was. To take something that could be really lighthearted and add so much depth and layers to it, Regina Hall really gave a absolutely phenomenal performance in that movie, and I loved Hunt for Jesus. The next thing that's going to be on here is Ambulance with Jake Gyllenhaal and Yahya Abdul-Mateen. So basically, this is them. They're trying to rob a bank, but things go wrong, and they end up in a car chase where they are in an ambulance, and they are being chased by helicopters, cops, and all types of things. This movie is so much fun. This is one of those movies where you look at it, and you're just like, oh, this is going to be a fucking mess, especially when you see Michael Bay's name as director. This is going to be a fucking mess, but it's 100% a popcorn movie. Like, you're not going to leave the cinema like, wow, this is what movies are made of, but you will be in the movie and be having a blast. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of movies I saw this year, I didn't have a blast watching them. Like, they just left no impression on me. Ambulance, everyone who was in the theater with me to see Ambulance, we all were having the time of our life. We were gasping when we were supposed to gasp. We were at the edge of our seats. It worked for me. Ambulance was probably the best time I had in the movie theater this year, so I had to put it up on him. The next thing we have is Honor Society, which came out on Paramount Plus. This is about this girl who wants to go to Harvard, I believe, and her willing to do anything to get there. This worked for me. I thought this movie was a whole lot of fun. It reminded me of the movies that I liked as a child, as a teen. I loved it. Honor Society. The next thing is Prey. Prey, I watched on Hulu. Thought it was absolutely brilliant. Such a fun time. I didn't see this obviously in movie theater, so like this would be a movie like if Ambulance was the most fun I had, in the movie theater. This is the most fun I had sitting on my damn couch. The last thing that's gonna go on here is Black Panther 2. I liked Black Panther 2 and I'm putting it up on here. We also have like honorable mention. Elvis, had a good time seeing Elvis. I watched the movie Fall on my couch, like that movie as well. But anyway, let's get into some of my worst movies of the year. The Gray Man. Ryan Gosling, can you come forward? I get it, Ryan. I get it, Ryan. You got kids. And you know, you spent so much time when you were younger choosing just the right projects to do. And your filmography is brilliant. It's brilliant. If you have not watched Ryan Gosling's movies, like all the movies Ryan Gosling has been in, you are doing yourself a disservice. His filmography is absolutely brilliant. The Gray Man, though, for Netflix spent millions on top of millions of dollars for this movie. They paid Chris Evans and Ryan Gosling millions upon millions of dollars, and it's just not good. And it's just not good. And it's not that, oh, I can't appreciate an action movie. I can appreciate an action movie. I can't appreciate that action movie. And that moves on to the next thing that is just a me thing. Not a you thing, it's a me thing. The Batman. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know what to tell you. The movie was too long. That's what I'll tell you. It was too long. I wasn't interested. Once I was already ready to go home, we still had an hour and a half left of the movie. Once I was ready to go home, we already had an hour and a half left of the movie. So what does that say? I just didn't enjoy myself. But if you like the Batman, more power to you. Like when you say you don't like the Batman, all of a sudden people come out of nowhere and be that it ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep. Like, and you can like it. Go watch it on HBO Max. Like go like it. I did not. The next thing we have is on Peacock. They slash them is about queer people getting sent to a camp in order to make them not queer. And all of a sudden, folks begin to die. This movie is a fucking train wreck. This movie is a whole fucking train wreck. And I wish this movie was a train wreck in the way I feel like Orphan 2 was kind of a train wreck this year. But that was fun. This was not fun. This was just watching a bad movie. When they started breaking out and singing Fucking Perfect by Pink, it completely lost me. And but I hate to say it, that's the best part of the movie. Like, what does that say? That that's the best part of the movie? Absolutely not. They slash them was a waste of my time. I can't believe I even like went out of my way to like watch the movie. Like I literally like went and like looked for it on my TV to go watch it. Like most of these bad movies, like I stumbled across them and it was just like, okay. But I was like, oh, let me go watch They Slash Them. And it's like, girl, it didn't need all that. The next thing that's on here is Don't Worry, Darling. No, this is on here for a few reasons. Because number one, it wasn't that good of a movie. Like the movie, like, have you ever seen a movie that is so disgustingly mid that you're just like, y'all didn't see it was this mid? Like, it's so mediocre, there's no other play. Like, it just knows that it's mediocre. You know, you ever turn in just some mediocre ass work and you know it's mediocre. You know the people who gonna receive it gonna think it's mediocre, but it's just like, whatever, this is what I got. That's what Don't Worry, Darling. It just feels so phoned in. It feels so phoned in. I love Florence Pugh, I do, but it just felt so phoned in. And then when you get all the drama that came with the damn movie, it was all too much. So Don't Worry, Darling lands right here. You guys, I saw the first Ghostbusters and didn't like it. And so it's up here in my worst movies of the year. The next thing we have is Don't Look Up. I watched Don't Look Up at the beginning of the year. Absolutely not. I didn't hate Don't Look Up the way I really wanted to hate Don't Look Up because I saw it like kind of after all the hype had died down. And I really wanted to go in on the movie. It didn't evoke that, but it wasn't good. Lord knows that it was not good at all. The next thing that we have on here is Deep Water. You probably didn't see Deep Water. This is a movie with Ben Affleck and his girlfriend at the time. No. No, everything about this movie is bizarre. You want to know what's crazy? I went in expecting the movie to be absolutely terrible, and it's not absolutely terrible, but it is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. No, script terrible, acting terrible. No, 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 no. Deep Water lands its way on this list. Another movie that's on this list that might surprise you is Do Revenge. I didn't like Do Revenge. The plot twist in Do Revenge, I actually saw coming, and like, if I think if you don't see the plot twist coming in Do Revenge, you would like Do Revenge. But I saw the plot because I take a movie like Honor Society where I would 100% did not see the plot twist coming. But in Do Revenge, I did. The entire time, like, that, what the plot twist was in my head, that's the plot twist. And so, like, I was always looking for it. And so then when it happened, I was just like, huh. So it just all of a sudden just ended up as one big, like, letdown. I didn't love the story outside of that. I didn't love the dialogue. I definitely didn't love the acting by some of people in there. I just didn't love it the way other people loved it. People love this. I get this movie is 100% here because of the hype and not because on its own it's a terrible movie. Y'all hyped that movie up to, like, so much, and it just didn't do none of that for me. But those are the movies. Those are my movies that I watched, the movies that I liked and the movies that I didn't like. And so yeah, anyways, if you disagree with my opinions on some of those movies, I wish I cared. But I do want to know what some of your favorite movies are and what some of your least favorite movies are. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.